Go Parlay King Sports. We are live in the building. Got a lot to talk about, man. Kyler Murray getting his money yesterday. Mega deal. He got a mega deal yesterday. 165 guaranteed before training camp. Shit, man, Lamar better get some shit like 350, 375 fully guaranteed. You know, Lamar got an MVP, all that shit, man. Like, man, you better break the bank, man, for real. Like, these motherfuckers, I mean, I know they had to pay. For real, they didn't have to pay. He was under contract for 2 more years. But Lamar he better cash out, man. I'm talking about major now. You just see like 3 motherfuckers cash out before you got paid. And you clearly better than Kyler Murray. Hands down better than Kyler Murray. You won the MVP. Kyler Murray ain't never. I mean, at the beginning of the season, he hot. He'll start off like 4-0, 5-0 and shit, and then that's when he'll start folding down the stretch. But they paid him. Damn, he got $46 million coming a year, man. This shit crazy. What the fuck a motherfucker gonna do with $46 motherfucking million a year? What are you gonna do with that shit? Once you take care of your family and shit, you know what I'm saying? $46 million. He got paid, man. College football. We in the lab right now, which is college football. But I keep saying I'm gonna hit a 12-team parlay before college football over with. Before the season is over with, I will hit a 12-team parlay in college football. We'll mark that. We can book it. We 9 days away from my free play that I put out weeks ago, months ago. We 9 days away. Go Parlay King Sports, man. We go hard over here, man. Hard. I can't wait for college football, though. Like, I'm so excited for college football. And I'm excited for the NFL, too. But one thing I don't bet on preseason. I don't bet on preseason NFL because they don't go hard in preseason. And they don't show all they plays in preseason. So it's basically, you know, it's a toss-up if you're going to put any money on a preseason game. It's like a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I wouldn't recommend it. I tell my clients, like, look, man, don't put no money on this preseason. These preseason games. Skip these preseason games. Just wait till week 1 where everything get down to the nitty-gritty. It's about to be real live though, man. We got college football, and then NFL come rolling in. And this gonna have NFL for a minute. Then NBA gonna crank back up again. We're gonna roll right into the NBA season. I'm gonna tell you a dark horse, man. A dark horse in the NBA season. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the Dallas Mavericks, man. I think the Dallas Mavericks gonna be a dark horse because last time I looked at the odds for the Dallas Mavericks, it was ridiculous. I mean, no respect for Luka. No respect for Luka at all. Like, I think Luka was like, I think they was like plus 1,500, plus $2,000. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull up the Dallas Mavericks. All right, it's plus the Mavericks. Oh, that's here you go right here. I think yeah, plus 1,600. It's here we go. Here we go. Right here. All right. The Lakers plus 1,300. Brooklyn at plus 1,500. Oh, Dallas plus 2,200. 2,200 for them to win the championship. Minnesota at plus 4,000. Yeah, 2,200. Dallas. That's just to win the championship. Brooklyn Nets plus 750. Milwaukee 750. Phoenix 900. Dallas 1,600. I like Dallas. But yeah, we got a long slate of games tonight, man. The only thing I don't like about these days, the night games, is like They start at 6 and they go all the way to like 2 in the morning or something like that. I like the afternoon games, man. Like, that's one thing I don't like about baseball, man. That's why baseball can't never be popular, because they always hiding their games. Like, always hiding their games. You only put one game on the weekend. Like, man, like you got the whole schedule open right now, man. Baseball's supposed to be on every channel you turn to, man. Baseball's supposed to be everywhere, man. Baseball they just be hiding their sport, man. That's why they can never be popular. Only the real hardcore baseball fans gonna follow baseball. But they need to go back to the 12 o'clock slate for the rest of the baseball season. Man, start your games up at 12 o'clock. How the games going from 12 o'clock all the way until 9 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you keep the action going all day. Not, oh, we're going to wait until 6. Then there's 7 o'clock, start one game. And then we're going to keep you up all the way. The night game start at 10 o'clock tonight. He'll keep you all the way up to like 2 o'clock in the morning watching the baseball. I mean, that commissioner, man, they got to do better, man. Baseball got to do better, man. They got to do better. They got to do better. And tomorrow, baseball start up at 1. Hey, what's good, man? What's good, John? How you doing, man? We got a big slate in baseball tonight, man. We're gonna get some action on the game, man. We'll give you a lot. We'll give you a lot, man. We'll take the Dodgers. LA Dodgers on the money line. That's gonna be a lot for the day. LA Dodgers on the money line. Book it. They minus 145 on the money line right now. Book that. That's a lot. I had the Dodgers last night. They kept me up last night. They came through. Mookie Betts came through. The game was tied 6-6. Mookie Betts hit that 3-run homer, and he closed the game with that nice little catch on the side of the infield. So yeah, take the LA Dodgers tonight, man. That's your lock for Friday. We 9 days away from my 3-team parlay, my free play. That's another lock for you. You know, that's 3 locks. You know, we're 9 days away, man. We only we're not that far away, man. Yeah, take the Dodgers tonight, man. Take the Dodgers tonight. Yeah. But we so hyped for college football, man. We're 38 days away from college football. 38 days. Man. It's coming. It's coming right down the pipe. We got our parlays ready. Man, we've been in the lab on college football for like the last 3 months. Last 3 months straight on college football. And I'm kind of glad that I got to capping all them games, man. I capped so many games in college football, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Week 1 is gonna be live. Live. Like I said, I'm gonna hit a 12-team parlay before college football season is over with. I'm gonna hit one. I'm gonna hit a couple of them. But week 1, we're going all in week 1, man. We're going all in week 1 college football. We're going all in week 1 in the NFL. Make sure you tap into my NFL week 1 plays. Those are locks. Make sure you tap in, man. You don't tap into them plays, and they gonna cash. You gonna be sitting back like, damn, man, I should have been a part of that. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I gave it to you months ago, man. I gave you the plays months ago, man. Months. Yeah, week 1 in the NFL, man, it's gonna go hard. Week 1 in college football gonna go hard. It just seemed like college football was gone for a long time, man. Damn. One thing I do know is there ain't gonna be no repeat national championship. Like Georgia ain't gonna win the national championship. You ain't gonna win it again. You got it off last year. That was good. You ain't gonna win it again. You won't win it again. Not this year. You lost too much on defense. You know what I'm saying? You lost too much on defense. Like, Stetson Bennett proved me wrong though. He proved me wrong last year. Like I ain't think they gonna win a national championship with Stetson Bennett and shit. He proved me wrong. He put up numbers. But I don't see them, especially how good Alabama gonna be. I don't see them winning. I don't see Georgia winning the national championship. Not this year. They might win it again within like the next. I'm gonna say Georgia win another title within like the next 5 years. Curtis Smart to give them another one. Curtis Smart got paid too. He did it smooth. He waited till he won the national championship, and then that's when he got his money. I mean, that's when you're supposed to get it when you're a coach, like especially when you win a national championship, and they ain't won one since like the 40s. But Stetson got it done, man. He got it done on me, man. He got it done on me. I doubted him against the Michigan game. Like I thought Michigan was going to beat Georgia. Then turn right back around, and I'm like, all right, I know Alabama gonna get back. They ain't gonna lose again to these boys. But Alabama won the SEC championship. But I thought Alabama was like, all right, since we beat them the first time, we come back to win again. I think last year Alabama just ain't having enough weapons. Like they had a decent running game. It wasn't like you know they workhorses they used to have it in the star. Like they ain't had that workhorse last year. And they wide receivers, but they weren't explosive last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't have enough wide receivers that blow the top off defense. Alabama gonna be good this year. Ohio State gonna be good this year. Georgia gonna be good this year too. But they ain't gonna be like national championship good. I think USC is a dark horse. I think it's gonna come down in the Pac-10. I think it's gonna come down to USC, UCLA, and Utah. It's gonna come out between one of them three teams. Whoever can win, the majority of those games, that's who gonna win the conference. But right now, that's who I look at to win that. To win the Pac-10 or Pac-12 or whatever. There's some sleeper teams too, but it was some teams last year that I took. I mean, looking at my notes from last year, was that I took some teams last year that was like under the radar and they came through for me. And half these teams bringing everything back from last year. So, man, eventually all college, all college, it's going to be like a 14. It's going to be like a four conference league. And if you ain't in that four conference league, you ain't gonna participate in national championship. I think it's gonna be the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and I would say the Big 12, but they losing Oklahoma and Texas, so that's really gonna hurt the Big 12 because they leave. So that's gonna hurt the Big 12, man. Or Oklahoma and Texas leaving. Shit. Nobody gonna watch that shit. Oklahoma, Texas ain't on TV. Ain't nobody tuning in to watch no motherfucking Texas Tech, or Kansas State. I mean, not unless you a fan of that team, and you stay on that side of, if you stay in Kansas, yeah, you might be a Kansas fan or a Kansas State fan. All right, that's cool. But majority of the people in the United States don't want to see no Texas Tech. We don't want to see no Kansas. We don't want to see no Kansas State. We don't want to see none of that. We want to see the big teams: USC, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Alabama, Texas A&M, Florida. And you want to see the big teams: Georgia. But it's gonna be four. It's gonna be four leagues, though. Man. I think they're gonna. And then they talking about they're gonna unionize, and after they unionize, it's gonna turn into a salary cap like the NFL. Like, damn, they about to turn college into NFL. They're gonna turn college into NFL. Like, it's crazy. It came a long way for college football, though. These coaches making so much money, man. Like, you can't sit up there and say nothing about these kids doing whatever the fuck they want to do. If a kid want to leave your school and go to another school and get paid, man, you can't say shit, man. Nothing, nothing. These kids should have been getting paid. The universities make all this money. They get all this goddamn money and shit, and they want to sit up here and complain about paying the motherfucking players and shit. Oh, you don't want to pay the players and shit. Man, you making one institution making like 47 million, 50 something $1 million, man. What you mean you don't want to pay the players, man? You making all this money and you don't want to pay the players, man. That's why I don't even get mad at these kids that want to leave schools for other schools because they gonna pay. Like, man, shit, I'll go too. Like, you talking about paying me? I'm gonna go to your school too. That's why I ain't had no problem with Texas A&M doing whatever they had to do. But let's be real though, they've been doing this. They just now just putting it out there. Like, they've been playing players. They've been playing players under the table, backdoor deals, all that shit, man. They've been doing that shit, man. Now they just putting it out there now. Like, it's out there now. Like, okay. So, but they've been paying these kids, man. The kids they've been getting money on the back end. Shit. Go to their school. Yeah, we got a long day in baseball tonight, man. Long day. We'll see if we can come out and snatch up these winners tonight. Baseball. Yeah, start to 6:40. They got to get it together, man. Baseball. That's why I like the NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying? The NBA, you know, they got hella games on, especially NFL too. They put their games on every day. Like, NFL have games on Saturday and Sunday. Baseball, we want to put games on. Some of the games I can't even find. Like, I'll be looking over here and trying to find these baseball games. I can't even find these games. I want to see what's going to happen with Juan Soto, man. I want to see what's going to happen because I think whoever get Juan Soto, they gonna go win the World Series. Depending on what team get him. If the Dodgers get him, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You might as well book it. If the Dodgers get Juan Soto, it's over. It's game over. I mean, it's game over if the Dodgers get him. The Yankees, I don't know. I don't know. I think they'll probably get to the World Series, but I don't know about winning it. And I don't know if they will get to the World Series with Juan Soto. But with the Dodgers lineup, I'm surprised the Dodgers they ain't made a trade for him. If I was the Dodgers, that's what I'm going for. Like, I'm going for the kill. I'm trying to win this year. You know, we're gonna book it. You ain't gonna see a guy like Juan Soto on the market very often. So you need to go ahead and make that move, man. The Dodgers need to make that move. Give the Nationals whatever the hell they want. Give them whatever. We're trying to win. We're trying to win this championship, man. I just don't see no small market team trading for him. I don't see no small because they ain't got enough money. If the Dodgers, if I'm the Dodgers, if I'm the Yankees, if I'm Dodgers, Yankees, I don't know if ATL can afford Juan Soto with the ATL, Yankees. I heard what Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, I heard them too. The bad thing about it is like if you get traded to a bad team, then you'd be like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, man, out of all the teams that could have traded for him, this team traded for him. Like, unless it's a team I don't know about, but the three teams that I keep hearing is the Dodgers, Cardinals, and the Yankees. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. But if I'm the Dodgers, man, I'd have been all over the phone. Like, I'd have made that deal yesterday. Like, whatever you want. Like, I'm on the phone with them right now. I mean, what y'all want? What do y'all want? Look at our roster. Look at our farm system. What do you want? We'll give you whatever you want. I'll open it all up. Open it all. I even take back one of the Strasburg contract. I take that off your hands. You know, just to make this deal work. I'm trying to close the show. I'm trying to close the show, man. You ain't trying to play around. And I don't believe that the Nationals will hold on to Juan Soto before the trade deadline. I think they're gonna he'll be traded before the deadline. Trust me on that. He's gonna be traded before the deadline. Somebody gonna get him. Somebody gonna get him before August the 2nd. They're just playing hardball right now. But wait till we get closer and closer and closer to that deadline. And somebody gonna be like, all right, let's do this. Like, it's gonna be breaking news. Like, breaking news. Juan Soto has been traded to. I'm telling you, the Dodgers, man. You get traded to the Dodgers, man. You need to go ahead and run to your local casino or sports betting book on your phone and drop the house on the Dodgers. Like, if you get traded to the Dodgers, you lock that up. Like, man, the Dodgers gonna win championship this year with Juan Soto. And Cincinnati Bengals released a white the white helmets that it look nice though. All these teams got new helmets, new jerseys, and all that. But I don't even care about all that. The only thing I care about is wins and losses. I don't care about no jersey colors. I don't care about, oh, you got a new helmet. All right, that's cool. I want to see what's on the field. It's going to come down to wins and losses. That's what I want to see. I don't care what you look like. Can you go out here and win this goddamn football game? Can you cover the spread? That's what I want to know. I don't care what the colors look like. Can you cover the spread? It's like 91 degrees up here where I'm at. Shit, like 91. It's summertime. I'm just mad at baseball, man, for putting these games on at 6 o'clock and not starting over. You ain't got no games. Like you could have gave us a teaser. Like, look, give us 2 games at 12, and then you know what I'm saying. I'll wait till 6 o'clock. You know, give me something to do. Now you gonna sit here? Oh no, we ain't start no games till 6:40. If I'm the Angels, I'm trading everything at the deadline. Fuck, I'm holding on to Mike Trout for. He ain't want me nothing. You signed Mike Trout to that major extension, he ain't want you nothing. Otani, he ain't want you nothing. All right. Look, if I was the Angels, I would put both of them on the block. Otani and Mike Trout on the trade block. Because you ain't want me nothing. Paid you all this money. You ain't even get us to the playoffs. Like right now, the Angels ain't even in the playoff contention. They ain't even in playoff contention. And Mike Trout's supposed to be the best player in baseball. How are you the best player in baseball and you can't even get to the playoffs? That's why I don't understand. Like, how the hell Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, but he can't get his team to the playoffs? I don't understand that. How can that be? And then when I only seen you in the playoffs one time, and I think you got swept in the playoffs. When you got to the playoffs, you got swept. It was an early exit. So I would have traded. I'd have traded 2 years ago. I can't believe UCLA and USC coming to the Big Ten. You know how much rivalry. Now we about to see Ohio State and USC. Man, that's gonna go. That's gonna go hard like Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Ohio State, USC, Michigan, USC, UCLA, Michigan, UCLA. Oh man, like, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait because the only time we only had Michigan versus UCLA or Michigan versus USC was in the Rose Bowl. Yeah, in the Rose Bowl, and now y'all gonna be in the Big Ten. Oh man, I can't wait to see that matchup. USC got to go to Ohio State, and it's a night game, like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tip off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both undefeated. Y'all meet up with like week 5 or something like that. Y'all both like 6-0. Yeah, man. Week 1, man. Week 1 NFL, man. We gonna cash. We gonna cash. Cash. It's cash money, man. You know, it's cash money. Just like my other free plays was cash money too, man. You know, the other free plays was cash money. We cashed out on them too. I hope you was a part of that. On Major League Baseball, I hope you was a part of those parlays because we cashed out on that. We 9 days away from my other free play. We're gonna cash on that too. So make sure you tap in on that too, man. I want you to win. That's why I put them plays out there. I want you to win. I'm just different from all these other cappers, man. I just put plays out there weeks and months in advance because I got that vision, man. Oh, no problem, Darnell, man. No problem, bro. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, no problem, bro. No problem, bro. We got winners for days over here. Winners for days. I'm in December capping games right now. I'm in the month of December capping games. NFL, the NBA ain't released their schedule out yet, but I'm deep off in the NFL season right now. But we're gonna start off week one in the NFL, man. Just make sure you tap into my week one NFL plays, man. You're gonna cash. You know, we're gonna come back for week two. We're gonna do it all over again. We're gonna keep cashing, man. Like I said, I was in the lab on college football for 3 months and NFL. I was capping NFL and college football at the same time. Man, don't listen to nothing ESPN talking about, man. They all gas, man. You know, Green Bay Packers ain't gonna win no goddamn shit. Look, Aaron Rodgers had the number one seed the last 2 years. He lost in the first round. So I don't want to hear nothing about no Aaron Rodgers. Like, don't put no money on Aaron Rodgers. Like, don't put no money on Aaron Rodgers. He is fraudulent when it comes to the playoffs. He had the number one seed 2 years in a row. You had everything. Devontae Adams, you had a great defense, running game. I mean, you had home field advantage throughout the whole playoffs. And you did the debacle. The last 2 years, you debacle. I ain't no faith in Green Bay. You want to put some money on somebody, put your money on Minnesota. Minnesota Vikings is going to win that division. Put your money on Kirk Cousins. Put your money on Dalvin Cook. Don't listen to ESPN, man. ESPN all gas. And you always got to remember, don't never take advice from somebody that don't gamble in their everyday life. Them people on ESPN, they don't gamble. They just sit up there and talk about sports. They don't drop not $1 on what the fuck they talking about, man. So you hear anything from ESPN, it's just all gas, all publicity. Ain't no substance to it. Ain't nobody putting no money on what they talking about. They just talking. So I don't even watch ESPN like that. I listen and I learn from people that actually put money on games. Right. Not just, oh, we gonna just go on TV and talk about these games. But yeah, but you ain't putting no money on this. Right? That's why I don't never understood why people would sit up here and listen to Colin and on Fox Sports, like, and he always be sitting here talking about this team and that. This who I would take week one or week two or whatever. Like, man, he ain't putting no money on this shit, man. He just sitting here talking, man. They ain't putting no money on that shit because they know it's all gas. Put your money on Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins, Minnesota. They're gonna win the division. Kyler Murray just got paid major cash. Major cash out for Kyler Murray, man. I ain't mad at it. Get paid. Now that it's gonna be hella pressure on you to win now. You know what I'm saying? Gave you your money. Now you gotta go out there and win. Now ain't no excuses. No excuses at all. You got to win now, man. And if I'm Lamar Jackson, shit, I'm happy you got that payday. I just upped the price on Baltimore. Right, man, we just upped the price on y'all. You just saw this, and I'm MVP. Yeah, I got MVP. He ain't got no MVPs. You saw what he just got? Oh yeah, we going up. We up the price. He get what 46.1 million a year. If I'm Lamar, man, you got to give me 50 million a year. 50 million a year. Fully guaranteed. I'm talking about I want 360 million dollars fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed. If I'm Lamar Jackson after that payday, yeah. Put me in the $50 million range. Put some respect on my MVP. You should have signed me a long time ago. You wouldn't even have to go through this. That's the same thing Dallas had to go through. Being hard-headed, don't want to pay Dak. Like, man, you know Dak is a franchise quarterback. Don't let the media fool you. Dak is a top 5 quarterback in the league, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. He ain't no scrub. Scrubs don't get no money like that. Dak cashed all the way out. Like, y'all made me wait and play on franchise tag after franchise tag after franchise tag. Got injured, came back, still had to play on another franchise tag. And that's how he got his money. Right? He had to go through hoops to get his money, but he got it, though. Right? He got it. If I'm Lamar Jackson, like, yeah, we got to be 50 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't taking nothing less than 45.5. We ain't taking none less than that. That's what Kyler did. And if I'm Patrick Mahomes, man, I'm like, dude, like, you should have never signed no goddamn. I mean, his deal is for $500 million though. Like, but I'm like, that deal was just too goddamn long, man. Like, Kansas City got your whole career. Like, when that contract up, man, you're gonna be old as hell. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes just signed that contract was just too goddamn long. Too motherfucking long. I know it's $500 million, but I'm like, you know, you could have did a 5-year deal and got 450 million. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes could have said, look, I give y'all, I want a 5-year deal, $450 million, fully guaranteed. They would have gave it to him. They would have gave it to him. But you locked yourself in for that long ass contract. I think he signed like a 15-year contract. 15 years. Like, I don't understand it. They should have gave him a 5-year for 450, and then you come back again. After 5 years, you come back again and get another, you know what I'm saying, record breaking. Holmes did it wrong, man. After you seeing all these guys getting this money, man, you did it wrong, Holmes. You did it wrong. But I mean, you still get more money than them, but contract too long, man. It's too long. Hey, make sure you take the LA Dodgers tonight. That's the lock for Friday. LA Dodgers on the money line is the lock for Friday. Make sure you lock that in on your parlay or whatever you're doing tonight, man. But make sure you got the Dodgers on there. That's a lock. I sent plays all I sent plays out to clients early this morning. I like getting up early in the morning, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when you get them, you get the best odds, all that early in the morning. By the time you wake up at 9, 10 o'clock, the odds done switched up so much. Like you could have got a sweeter deal if you know what I'm saying. You got in early. But yeah, make sure you take the Dodgers. Yeah, we don't listen to no Max Kellerman, man. Don't listen to no Max Kellerman. Don't listen to no Max Kellerman. Don't listen to no Stephen A. Smith. Don't listen to none of that shit on there, man. It's for entertainment. Like if you want to sit back and watch ESPN for entertainment, that's cool. Oh yeah, shit. He got paid. He got paid. He had to wait. That shit crazy. He had to go and wait for another team to give him some money, and then that's when Phoenix was gonna match it. Like that's crazy. They ain't even want to give you the money. He had to get it from another team. Shit. But you gotta take your feelings out of it now. Like they just gave you $133 million. So all feelings got to be out the game now. Like you got paid. Ain't no hard feelings. This is business. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's business, man. You don't fucking sign me to $133 million now. We ain't mad at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is just strictly business. It's all business, girl. No more mad. You just got paid. I'll tell you the dummy of the day though, the guy down there from Charlotte Hornets. Uh, he a free agent. What's the hell is his name? But I think he getting kicked out the league. He ain't gonna be in the league no more. He just got indicted on domestic violence charges with some females out there in LA. I'm like, oh, it's over. You just threw your whole career down the drain for a female. Like you threw your whole career down the drain for a female. Miles Bridges, yeah, that's his name, Miles Bridges. Like this is contract year. You a free agent. You own the market. You about to get paid. You had a great season. You balled out last year. You balled out. This is when you about to get paid, and you go to LA and catch a case. You were supposed to be laying low. Like, man, I'm laying low this off season. I'm not doing nothing. We ain't going to no clubs. We ain't partying. We laying low to secure the bag. Secure the bag. That should have been a whole purpose in the whole off season. Like, we're gonna secure the bag. He fucked up the bag. Now the league, they kicked you out the league now. Like, it's over. They ain't about to let you in the league. Man, Deshaun Watson, man, he gravy. He got 230 fully guaranteed. He good. Miles Bridges ain't even signed no contract. Like, man, you fumbled the bag before you even signed the contract. Like, man, you was the dumbest. The dumbest athlete of all times, man. The dumbest athlete of all times, man. The dumbest athlete of all time. Like I said, at least Deshaun Watson got, at least he signed the contract, the 230 fully guaranteed. And Deshaun Watson is a good quarterback. He ain't no scrub. I just want to see how many games they're gonna give him though. I think they're gonna give Deshaun Watson about, just my guess. I think he probably get like a 6-game suspension. Because at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have to put all that bullshit to the side and get on the field. You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't no criminal charges, that's over with. Everything's settled. Now it's all about the field action now. Like, so I think he gonna get 6 games. He gonna get 6 games. And if I'm if I'm Carolina, Baker Mayfield ain't starting week 1. No, you ain't starting that. They're gonna put the other dude out there because he been in the system long. You won't see Baker Mayfield until, if dude don't do nothing after the first 6 games. If he don't do nothing, then that's when they probably throw Baker out there. Man, did you see the LA Rams rings? Oh, Henry Ruggs. Oh man, he looked way worse than Miles because he killed somebody. He killed somebody, and he was drinking. Right? He was drinking, and you was speeding. I mean, you was speeding, you killed somebody, and you was drinking. You look so worse, man. Like, I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, man, these NFL players with multi-million dollars, and you can't catch no Uber. Right? You can't get an Uber. You got all this money, you can't jump in an Uber and go home. You know you drunk. You know you can't get in this car and drive. Why not call an Uber, bro? Why not call one of your friends you know got a car? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You in the NFL, you know mass people. Like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm too drunk, man, to drive. Won't you come down and pick me up, take me home, drop me off? Like, somebody would have came pick you up, took you home. Like, these NFL players, NBA players, they don't even know how to move. Like, if you get drunk, you're supposed to catch an Uber home, man. Like, come on, you gotta be smarter than that, man. You can't be you can't be doing that. Like, Henry Ruggs, man, it's you pathetic, man. Pathetic, man. You sit up here and drink. And what's the other guy too? The running back for New Orleans, he did something too in the club where he was shooting or something. I forgot what he did. Something. He did something. I forgot his name. A running back for New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, yeah, Alvin Kamara. So, he got a suspension coming. Potential Alvin Kamara suspension. Like, these NFL players, they don't know how to move, man. You got all this money, man. You can't catch no Uber. Yeah, Alvin Kamara suspension looming. Yeah, he was arrested, felony battery charges in Vegas in February. You don't know how to move, and then when you do know how to move, you don't even know how to act up in public. Like, you just act a fool. Arrested on felony battery charges. So that means put your hands on somebody in Vegas. And don't let it be no female. You put your hands on a female, oh man, it really look like it's just like these NFL players, NBA players, they don't know how to move. Man. They got all this money, don't know how to move. Man. It's just sad. It's sad. I just be like, who raised you? Man? Who raised you? Who told you how to move, man? Because your moving is unofficial. If we move and we always getting arrested and charged with something, like we need to stop moving that way, like for real, like because nobody like going to jail, and getting charges, and then you got to hire a high ass lawyer that's gonna take you up top. And so they don't know how to move. Man. They don't know how to move. Man. You go to Vegas. If you go to Vegas, it's supposed to be quiet. Like, don't nobody's supposed to know you went to Vegas type shit. Nobody even knew you in Vegas. Like I was in Vegas. Nobody even knew I was there. Like that's how you're supposed to move. You ain't supposed to go to Vegas and catch a charge. Like, oh, catch felony charges in Vegas, and I ain't even from Vegas. Stupid. 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 It's crazy. People that ain't got the money that they got can move way better. I can move way better than the NBA player. And I ain't even touching down nothing nowhere close to what an NBA player makes. But I'm like, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I just want to see what the Nationals gonna do with Juan Soto. Cause they're gonna have to trade him before the deadline. I know they ain't gonna hold on to him for a whole year. That's gonna lower his value if you wait to the off season to trade him. That's gonna lower his value. But they was talking with the Mets though. I saw something popped up on my screen saying that the Mets was talking to the Nationals for Juan Soto. I'm like, man, the Mets. Like that's in their division. Shit. I'm like, damn, you willing to trade him in the division? I just think that was all smoke. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would trade him in the division. I don't believe that. Man, Powerball all finesse. Yeah, I don't even put no money in that shit. It's all finesse. Ain't nobody, dang, you ain't gonna hit that, man. You got a better shot at hitting a parlay than Powerball. Way better shot. Your odds is way better. You look at the odds at Powerball, ridiculous. It's basically impossible for you to get this. Somebody in Utah or West Virginia or some shit. Yeah, the Powerball lottery, man, all that scratch offs, man, that's all finesse. Like, bro, we won't mess with none of that. That's just to take your money. Like I always tell people all the time, like, man, don't put no money in no lottery, no scratch offs. Every now and then you might see somebody hit for $500, $1,000 off a scratch off. That's every blue moon. How you think they keep coming out with all these scratch offs, man? All these losers, they selling you losers, and people just keep thinking like, oh, the next scratch off gonna be the one. No, it's not gonna be the one, man. It's not gonna be the one. They just keeping you running. It's just keeping you running. You keep spending your money. Like, oh, I'm gonna hit, man. You ain't gonna hit this shit. You just donate it. You might as well just get out the money. If you're gonna play the lottery, this is what you should do. You might as well just go find somebody that's homeless that really need the money, man. Get that money to them, man. Like, before you get your money to Powerball or scratch off, give it to somebody that really need it. Like I said, better odds in hitting the parlay tonight. You know what I'm saying? You got way better odds in hitting the parlay tonight than that Powerball. Use ultimate finesse. And plus, too many people are eligible. Like, they got too many states that's eligible for that money. So we talking about 50 states, all 50 states eligible to hit this money. Like, if it was like broken down to like only 5 states or 4 states that was into it, then you got better odds. Like, your odds is better. But when you talking about all 50 states, no, it's not. It's not happening. I'm telling you, watch somebody in Utah population like 1,600. Somebody in Montana, North Dakota State, it's gonna be Wisconsin. Somebody, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be in one of them areas. Texas might go to Texas. Like, money might go to Texas. Somebody in El Paso want to hit that motherfucker. Like, damn, you spent your money on that, and somebody in Florida hit, and then they just right. So what? Soon somebody hit that, right? They gonna come right out and be like, "Oh, the next jackpot is at $230 million." That's because all the money that they took from people that they knew you ain't gonna win, they already had another jackpot lined up. Right? Everybody trying to hit $680 million, and they already got another jackpot already made up just because everybody chasing the $680 million. I learned that game a long time ago, man. Years. An old school guy told me, wise man told me, like, man, stay away from the lottery. Stay away from scratch offs. Stay away. You're gonna lose your money. You got better odds if you went to the casino and went to the dice table. I know. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm Parlay King Sports, because when I got off in the sports betting, that's the first thing they told me. Like, look, stay away from parlays. You ain't gonna never win in parlays and all that. In the long run, you're gonna lose your money in parlays. And I'm like, that's not true, man. That's not true. That's not true at all. When I hit my 12 team parlay, I took it to the casino and they was like, damn, we ain't never seen a 12 team parlay before. I'm like, I know. I bet you did. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the first time for everything. For real, man, because if it wasn't no money in parlays, I wouldn't be doing parlays. Like, once I hit parlays, multiple parlays, man, you can't tell me nothing, man. It just comes down to research, bro. That's what it comes down to, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got to live. See, I live breakfast, lunch, dinner parlays. Like, I'm constantly capping games. I'm constantly research in 24 hours. I don't never stop researching. I'm always researching something. And I keep notes from years in different sports. And I go back on my notes from years in different sports, man. And that's how I come up with the plays. And you gotta have an eye too, man. You gotta have an eye for hitting parlays. You can't take no advice from somebody who ain't never hit a parlay before. What good is that? You know what I'm saying? You want to hear from somebody that hit parlays. But yeah, they told me that. They was like, man, stay away from parlays. You shouldn't do parlays. And I was like, man, ain't no money in straight bets. Man, ain't no money in that shit. Ain't no money in straight betting, man. Nah. Not unless you getting like plus 7, 8, 9, 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,500 for that straight bet, then it's worth it. But if it is, it's part of your future, and you're gonna have to wait a whole year to see that money. Like, nah, you know what I mean? Parlays on the hit while you sit back, waiting on that one parlay that then paid you, where it ain't even a parlay. That one play they paid you plus 1,500, and it's a future bet, and you gotta wait a whole year. You know how many parlays that I probably hit by then, man? It's just crazy. But yeah, they told me that, like, man, you stay away from parlays. I'm like, no, I go to parlays. Like, that's why I do parlays. I love parlays, especially when I saw the payouts. You know, hey, you can use whatever. I don't like computers, man, because computers can't watch games. Computers just go off stats. You know, computers just go off stats. You got to go off. You got to watch these games. You can't go off stats. Numbers are lie. Numbers will lie. They will lie. I'm telling you. So you got to go off your eye test. You got to watch these games. You got to watch, the players, see who is what and all that. You got to go off eye test. If you go off this computer, good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. I wouldn't go off no computers. I don't go off no computers. I go off eye test. What my eyes tell me. But everybody try to do all types of stuff to try to get a competitive edge, but I don't use computers, man. There's skills over here, man. And 10 teamers, 11 teamers, 12 teamers. Like, man, I got 2 pages of parlays. It's just crazy, man. Like, we got this parlays crazy over here, man. You gonna see. I'm gonna post everything up before everything start off, man. I'm gonna post everything. We 38 days away from college football, man. 38 days is coming. Yeah, they was like, man, don't do parlays, man. Like, you gonna lose your money. When you first start anything. Yeah, I do futures, but I don't do futures like at the start of the season. I wait till All-Star break to drop our future. I need to see I need to see everything until All-Star break. Like once again, like paper, everything look good on paper, but I need to see it on the court, on the field until All-Star break. Or NFL, I need to see at least 10 weeks strong before I drop a future. I need 10 weeks. That'll show me who's what, who's real deal, who the pretenders, and who hanging on. 10 weeks. You see, the bookies, they want you to come drop your money early. Yeah, come put your money on this future. We're giving you ridiculous odds. Yeah, because they want your money right now. Nah, man, you can't get my money like that, man. Nah, you gotta wait. I don't want to bet on no futures until, like I said, either All-Star break or 10 weeks in the NFL season. And then I'll drop some down. But beginning, nah. Stay away from early futures. Now you could do a future in baseball because they just came out of All-Star break. Now it's the perfect time to drop a future in baseball. I still like the Dodgers though. Even if they don't get Juan Soto, I like the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers to win that. Win Major League Baseball. The Phillies, I mean, nah, they ain't got enough firepower. They don't have enough firepower to win it all. See, if they made a move for Juan Soto, then that'd be enough. But they don't have enough firepower. I don't think they're gonna trade for Juan Soto. And uh, I don't even know if they even in playoff. I mean, they in playoff position, but they ain't like a lock to make the playoffs. But they fighting with like three other teams for that last spot. So you X the Phillies out. You gotta see if they're gonna make the playoffs first. Like, you don't even know if they're gonna make the playoffs. I mean, even if they do make the playoffs, I don't see them doing nothing. I don't see them doing nothing. They're gonna be first round exits. The White Sox, they all right. They was better last year. The White Sox was way better last year than it was this year. They up and down. They one of them up and down teams. Like they'll win like 2 games in a row and then lose like 5 straight. They're not consistent enough. Last year they was consistent, going on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streaks. This year, I don't know what's going on with them, but they not what they was last year. They was better last year. I don't even think the White Sox ain't in playoff contention. I looked at the standings. I'm like, they ain't in playoff contention. Let me go look at it again. Pull it up. So here you go right here. Standings. All right, you got the Yankees and the Rays, Minnesota, Houston, Seattle. All right, the wild cards, division leaders is Yankees, Houston, Minnesota. And then the wild cards is Tampa Bay, Mariners and the Orioles. Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, they're a wild card. And the Orioles, yeah, Baltimore ain't even in. Baltimore ain't getting in. They sitting at 6. They basically tied with Cleveland right now for the 6th slot. And then you got the Red Sox ahead of them 2 games. So you cancel Baltimore out. They ain't getting in. But the wild card is Tampa Bay, Seattle, and the Blue Jays. And then on the other side is the Dodgers, Mets, and the Brewers, Milwaukee. And then wild card be Atlanta, San Diego. Yeah, the Phillies in there right now. Phillies, they're right there at 3. They rumbling with the Cardinals for that 3rd slot. So it's gonna come down to the Cardinals, the Phillies, and the Giants, because the Giants right after them. Everybody else, that's over. Yeah, it's Giants, St. Louis, and Philly. They're gonna be rumbling for that last slot right there because they like 1 game apart. Seattle don't have enough offense. If you win a World Series, man, you gotta have offense, and they don't have enough. Yeah, they can beat them. They can beat them for the top spot because they 1 game apart. They 1 game apart. The Phillies is 1 game apart from the Cardinals. Like it's only 1 game separating now. So they're gonna be in the race all for the rest of the baseball season. The Cardinals and the Phillies and the Giants gonna be rumbling for that 3rd slot. You can't afford they can't afford to go on no losing streaks. The Phillies, the Cardinals, or the Giants, they can't afford to go on no losing streaks. You can't go on no 7-game losing streak, 5-game losing streak. You can't do that. It's old. Like you'll be out of playoff contention if you go on a losing streak. Right now, it's just too tight right now. Yeah, this race is tight, man. 1 game apiece. I mean, you could. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Like I said, you could drop some money on them right now, the Phillies, to keep. You know what I'm saying? But the only way I would put money on the Phillies is just like if there was a bet out there for them to win. I mean, if there was a bet out there for them to get to the playoffs, like if there was a bet for the like, if you can bet like, oh, the Phillies gonna make the playoffs, I would. Bet that. The Red Sox, nah. Red Sox, nah. Red Sox ain't doing nothing this year, man. They ain't doing nothing. They two games. They 2 games behind Toronto. I don't see like they don't have enough offense. I've been watching Boston all season, especially this first half, and I don't see the offense. Like them old, whatever happened to them old Boston Red Sox squads, man? They used to be dangerous, little scary team. Like they used to come in as a wild card team, and then they just go through the whole. They used to, man. Boston is one of them sneaky teams. Like if they get in, they like a playoff team. Like, but I just don't. I don't see it, man. As far as offense, like I've been seeing them all season. I'm like, man, I don't see no offense from these guys, man. The Yankees just swept the Red Sox right before the All Star break. They couldn't keep up. They was getting blown out. They talking 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. Man, y'all can't keep up. That's where they at right now. Like number 4. Y'all can't keep up. Yeah, it is big contract here. Now we're gonna see. I mean, got you still got a lot of games left, so they can sneak up in there. But if, like I said, if I'm gonna put some money on them, I will wait until I see they clinch the playoff berth. Once they clinch, then you can, what I'm saying, take you take you a swing, take you a swing on the Red Sox. But you want to wait until they clinch. They're gonna be in that. They're gonna be rumbling all the rest of the season. It might take all the way to like the last game of the season to square off who gonna win that, who gonna get that third slot. It might it might be the last game of the season. Like, all right, whoever win this game gets the seed. Like that's how tight it's gonna be coming down the stretch. It's gonna be tight, man. The only thing I'm kind of sorry about on college football is the odds makers ain't putting no spreads out for week 2 or the rest of the weeks in college football. Yeah, you're right. The Bengals went on a run. They went on a run. Now I was gonna see was that a fluke or y'all the real deal? Like this gonna be the year it's gonna show everything. But Joe Burrow the real deal though. He the real deal. He the real deal. Holyfield, man. Joe Burrow gonna break the bank when he get paid. Joe Burrow gonna get like 300 million. Gonna get $300 million. 300 million. Like you won a playoff game, got sacked 10 times and won the game. Yeah, yeah, I like. No, I don't. See, NC State is. Everybody keeps saying they're gonna be a team. To challenge Clemson. I didn't see it last year. They Clemson clown. They stomped all over NC State. The team, I think Miami gonna challenge. I think Miami gonna challenge. They gonna challenge Clemson. They might, man. They might win the conference. Miami might win the conference. That's a nice bet to put on. That's a nice bet. Miami to win the conference. Yeah, man. Make sure you tap in with them plays. Uh, Make sure you got the LA Dodgers tonight. Parlay. And I will see y'all again soon, man. Probably when we going to drop these. Yeah, USC look good. Yeah, we gotta see what that defense look like though. Because it's one thing. That coach he known for offense, but he ain't known for defense. When he was at Oklahoma, yeah, they was putting up 40, 50 points a game, but they was giving up 35. So if he don't get no recruits on defense, I see the same thing happening that was happening in Oklahoma. Like, yeah, you had your offense was explosive, 40 points a game, 50 points a game, but your defense was giving up 35, damn near 40 points a game. You had to win your games in a shootout. So we're gonna see. Like I said, the Pac-10 gonna come down to USC, Utah, and UCLA. Those gonna be the three teams that's gonna challenge for the Pac-10. Everybody else is contenders, pretenders. No, not yet. Texas ain't a dark horse yet. Not yet. Not yet. And they got to see Alabama this year. Texas and Alabama play week 2. I know one thing though, if dude don't win this year in Texas, he gonna get fired. Texas don't play that shit. He gave you what 4 years out here. You ain't won nothing. You ain't won nothing for us. Steve Steve Sarkisian, yeah, that's his name. Like if you don't win, I could see him getting fired. The reason why I say Texas ain't a dark horse is because You know, they ain't proved nothing, man. They ain't proved nothing. They ain't proved nothing. They just proved that they can score a lot of points and they can give up a lot of points. That's all. That's the only thing they showed. Oklahoma been Oklahoma been beating Texas the last 7 years. Remember last year, Texas had last year they was up like 28 points on Oklahoma. It was like 28-0. I turn around and get something to eat and tune back into the game. The game tied up. Like, what? It's 35 all in the second quarter and shit. And then Texas came back to, Oklahoma came back, took the lead, won the game. Texas ain't been relevant since Vince Young. Well, he won a national title. And way back then. I'll never forget that game, though, that USC Texas game. Tennessee? That's a good question. I believe in Tennessee versus the lesser competition in the SEC. When it comes to the big boys of the SEC, like Georgia, Alabama, I don't think Tennessee can beat Georgia and Alabama. I think they could beat everybody else in the SEC. But when it comes to the top dogs, nah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But they gotta make me believe it. I think they'll lose to Georgia and Alabama. Alabama's gonna be real good this year. Alabama, Ohio State. Those are the elite of the elite teams. Tennessee, they'll beat up on all the other little teams like Vanderbilt, Missouri. It might be the Texas A&M. Right. I look at Tennessee and Texas A&M on the same level, like so they could beat them. They could probably beat Auburn. But like I said, if you talking about the top dogs, they're gonna lose. Saban is gonna be real good. Just like I said, 38 days, man. We're gonna see everything. 38 days gonna tell us everything. Louisville, they got a good passing game. Louisville got a good passing game. They gonna have to Louisville and Clemson in the division. I don't think they can't beat Clemson. I don't think Louisville can beat Clemson. I don't think they could beat NC State. They just like Louisville, like Tennessee, like they could just beat up on the lesser of the ACC, the Dukes, you know, the lesser team. We're talking about Clemson, NC State. I don't even think Louisville could beat Wake Forest. I heard Wake Forest supposed to be good, like last year. I mean, they're gonna be motivated because it's gonna be homecoming. I would take Clemson. I would take Clemson over Louisville. We almost into game time, so it's 5 o'clock. All the way to baseball start off. We're gonna ride. We're gonna ride this live all the way until baseball starts. Trevor Durant needs to stay where the hell he at. He needs to stay right where he at in Brooklyn. I don't know why he asked for a trade, and y'all the favorites to win the title next year. Then I'm hearing rumors that he want to stay in Brooklyn, but he don't want Kyrie there. I'm like, man, if you get rid of Kyrie, y'all ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win no you ain't gonna win no championship. Vince McMahon retires. The allegation took him down. He had to retire. They said Vince McMahon was paying females with company money. Got caught. So he was like, all right, I'll retire. Right out and set your money, man. So refreshments. Yeah, they should have been merged with ECW. I don't know what they was taking so long. Wrestling is scripted anyway. That shit ain't real. Everything's scripted. Man, they should put all that shit together. AEW, WWE, ECW, all that shit should be together. Because y'all all scripted. You know, they all do the same thing. You just got a different audience. Yep, AEW, y'all. Them too. They all need to merge, man. Then you will have more rivals. You know what I'm saying? You will have more rivals, different cliques, all that. See, back in the days, WWE used to be the shit. When I was a young boy, I used to watch it. I thought it was real until I caught on to what they was doing. I'm like, oh, this is scripted. My man was Hulk Hogan was one of them. Uh, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, uh, The Undertaker, Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart. He dead now. Uh, what's that dude? Damn, that was my dude. He used to be beefing with Hulk Hogan and shit. The Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior, that was my dude, man. I was sorry he died. I was sorry the Ultimate Warrior died. That was my dude. I watch wrestling today. It's just comical now. Everything comical. Yeah, Vince McMahon paying these hoes with company money and shit. Man, he was giving them millions too. I'm like, Dad, he ultimate tricking with the company funds. Like, man, McMahon, you got your own millions, man. Why you ain't do that? Why you ain't trick with your money? That's all I'm saying. If you gonna trick, you should have used your money. You still had no job. You was the CEO of the company, bro. Like, you got your own millions, man. You could have took your own money and tricked. Now you lost your job. They're probably gonna kick you out of the company. All right, girl. That's crazy. That's another guy. That's another guy that don't know how to move. Like, man, you got millions of dollars. You tricking. You use company funds to trick with. When you could have used your own money to do that shit with, and you would still have your job. Stupid. Motherfuckers are stupid. You could have tricked with your own money. I never understood. I got millions of my own, but I don't want to touch my millions. I'm gonna use the company funds to trick with it. You think the American football could one day surpass international soccer? I don't know about soccer. Soccer deep as hell overseas. The NFL would never merge with another company. They brand too big. They don't have to merge with nobody. You'll never see that. The NFL might add teams to the league, but they ain't gonna never link up with another football league. They'll never do that because NFL is considered the top football sport in America. So they would never link up with another company. But they might link up and do something like say if the Olympics come around, they might put a team together, something like that, go and do something like that. But they ain't linking up with no company. The revenue too big, man. You just saw like this gay Kyler Murray. The little leagues could never pay nobody no $230 million. That'd be cool. At the end of the day, it comes down to how much money can they make. That's what it's gonna come down to. How much money can they make off that? If they can't make no money in it, you won't see it. But it comes down to the money. That's why college football they forming in the major conferences because they're about to jump away from the NCAA. Ain't gonna be no NCAA. These conferences about to do their own thing. And if you ain't in these conferences, you ain't gonna play for the national title. That's why you see in Oklahoma and Texas going on SEC because they know the Big 12 will never be able to get to the national title at just being the Big 12. Your league ain't strong enough. That's why Oklahoma and Texas leaving and going to the SEC because they know, like, okay, we in the SEC, we have a shot at playing for the national title if we can recruit like the Alabamas and the Georgias If we can recruit like them, we'll have a shot at the national title. That's why Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC. The same thing with UCLA and USC. They like, man, we'll never get a shot at the national title just being the Pac-12. So we got to go to the Big Ten. The Big Ten way more respected than the Pac-12. Ohio State. If you beat Ohio State, you'll get to the national. You beat Ohio State, you beat Michigan, you beat Penn State. That'll get you to the national because those will be good teams. Them every week in the in the Big Ten is gonna be a rumble. Depending on who you playing, but it's gonna be a rumble. It's just like the SEC. Yeah, Jackson State, they got to get their recruiting up before they start talking with the big boys. They get out there in that field with them big boys, they gonna get murdered. Prime needs some more recruits before he can go out there with the big boys. He signed up talking about go to Alabama, all that, you gonna get murdered. I'm talking about 55. You might not even score. It might be like 55-0 this year. And y'all Division II. I ain't ready for the big boy. Prime need like 3 to 4 more years of recruiting at a high level. And then he'll be able to, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll be seeing Jackson State, you know what I'm saying? Jackson State, Florida State, Jackson State, Miami. He got to get his recruiting up. He getting it up, though. When nobody even know who Jackson State was if it wasn't for Prime. I didn't even know they had a Jackson State. Until Prime went there, I'm like, okay. But I don't think that's Prime's last. I just think Prime being at Jackson State is like a stepping stone. I think Prime gonna get one of them major schools when it's all said and done. Orlando Brown Jr. ain't gonna report to training camp. That's Patrick Mahomes' right tackle or left tackle. Pro Bowl left tackle. They tried to pay him, man. He turned it down. Like they tried to give you like $300 million, man. He turned that shit down. Oh, what the fuck? You know, they gave you a 6-year deal worth $300 million. You turned it down? You blocking for Patrick Mahomes? You turned down $300 million. That's crazy, man. For anybody to turn down $300 million, that's crazy. That'll let you know what type of world we live in, man. Guys rejecting $300 million. In Juan Soto case, I can understand that. Like, no, you can't get my whole career for $400 million. No. I need more than that. They should have came in one solo like, look, we'll give you a 15-year, $600 million contract. I bet you would have accepted that. Yeah, he'd accepted that. 15 years, 600 million. I bet you he would have accepted that. The Nationals tried to be cheap. We're gonna give you all these years with short money. Nah. Juan Soto was smart. Like, hell no, you ain't about to give me no 15 years for no 440 million. How much money I could make double that in 15 years. You know, you signed a 10-year contract. 10 years for 440 million. Man, they tried to finesse him though. The Nationals tried to finesse Juan Soto with that contract. Like, sign this deal. When I saw him, like 15 years, hell no, I ain't signed that shit either. Y'all tripping. Yeah, they tripping, man. What? Yeah. For that left tackle to turn down at $300 million. I don't know how much. What more you want, man? 300 million, man, for 6 years. It's the rich is just getting richer, man. Like, you some greedy motherfuckers. That's why when I hit parlays and I go collect and shit, I don't want to hear nothing about that shit. I need all my ends. All my ends. Ain't nothing like wearing a parlay, man. It was like once I hit one parlay, I was addicted. I hit another one, I hit another one, I hit another one, I hit another one. But they still telling me don't do parlays. But I'm steady hitting parlays over here. I'm like, nah, you do that route. You don't do parlays because you don't know what you talking about. You don't know what you're doing. So that's professional. Parlays professional. 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 The biggest parlay I ever won was the 12-team parlay. That 12, man, I'll never forget that, man. I cashed that in at it was like 2:30 in the morning when I took that. I took that ticket to the casino. I went to the casino and dropped it because I ain't want no miscellaneous. See, if you see, this is the thing about the parlays online, man. The company could be like, oh, it was a glitch in the computer or something like that, and they won't pay you and all that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Like, cause they can do that. Like, they can literally do that. Like, if you hit a big parlay on one of these apps, they could be like, oh, it was a glitch in the game or whatever. Like, they won't pay you. Like, cause it says on there like any glitches, the house win. So I'm like, nah, I'm taking these parlays to the casino so it don't be no misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? With the parlay online, like nah, with that 12 team parlay, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and that's what the casino told me. They told me to cap games. Like when I turned it in, and they was like, man, we ain't never seen a 12 team parlay. All these years we've been doing parlays, we ain't never seen a 12 team. I was like, damn, first time for everything. And then they was like, you should cap games if you can hit a 12 team parlay. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to do that. And that's what I've been doing. And then my next parlay I hit, it was a 10 team. I hit that 10 teamer. And then I came back and hit a 9. And then, I hit 11 teamer. And, I just kept hitting them. I'm like, man, hell, I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with the parlays, man. And like I said, you just take deep research, and you gotta have an eye for this. Like, you gotta know your sports. What about when people say have multiple what? Oh, they have multiple books. I mean, that's cool. You always want to shop around for the right price, but if you're gonna drop a big parlay, I buy people go to your local casino and do it because you messing with these parlays online and you hit a 10 team parlay and it's supposed to pay you out. And like I said, they could be like, oh, something happened. And man, I'm telling you, I done seen guys hit parlays on the app. And first, it took them all day to verify everything. Like it didn't want to pay out. None of that. They had to go through Ringer to get their money. And I was like, no, see, when you go to the casino, everything is in that barcode. When they scan that, your money comes straight up, and then they get to count. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just I don't like that online shit. When it comes to major parlays, if you're doing like a 2, 3, 4 team parlay, yeah, you can do that on you know what I'm saying on the app. But when you talking about 9, 10, 11, 12 team parlay, no, you gotta do that in the casino. So it don't be no flukiness, no BS, none of that. Scan this ticket. Okay, you see what I got? Okay, let's get the count. How you want this? I'm saying that's how I want to hear. How you want this? That's what they be asking. That's what they ask you when you cash it. How you want your shirt? It's always good to have multiple books. You can get the good price. Always shop for the best price. Always shop for the best price. Yeah, I would use all of them. DraftKings, MGM, William Hill, yeah, all that. We want to shop for the best price. Whoever got the best price, that's who you shop. You got MGM, you got Bet MGM, you got DraftKings, you got Barstools, you got man. There's so many books out there, man. It's crazy. Man, close to hour away for game time. Locked in. We ready to go, man. We're ready. Man, the baseball players they can deal with that. They can deal with the heat. They built for this. Ain't no excuses about no heat when you a baseball player. You get paid too much money. You don't want to hear no excuses about the heat. They built for all weather. I love them football games in the elements. When it's snowing and it's cold outside and you seeing their breath when they talking. Yeah, the elements show me who want this the most. You gonna sit here, you gonna complain about the cold, or you gonna go out here and handle business. I love them games. No excuses about the heat. They getting paid too much money. I don't even bet UFC, man. I don't bet UFC because I don't know the sport like that. So if I don't know the sport, I ain't gonna bet on the UFC, or I ain't gonna give nobody no advice on how to bet the UFC. Because I don't follow the sport. I ain't no big UFC fan. If I was a UFC fan, yeah, I'd be all over that. But I just UFC, I don't have a thing. I mean, yeah, they be having exciting fights over there, but I just can't connect with UFC for some reason. I just can't connect with them. I like boxing better than UFC. Like I'm waiting on that AJ and Usyk rematch. That's in a couple of weeks. Waiting on that. Get some money off that. There's always somebody doing something crazy. That's why I keep my eye on the prize, on these parlays. On Friday afternoon. Yeah, I said NFL 10-team parlay. All you gotta do is just tell me which how many plays you want. That's all you gotta do. How many plays you want. I sell parlays from 4 plays all the way up to 12. Just pick your sport and tell me how many plays you want, man. That's how cold I am, man. You just pick your sport. College football, NFL. You want college football and NFL mixed together? I can do that. We do it all, man. Talking to Parlay King, we do it all. When it comes to parlays, man, I do it all. I love crossing over too. Like I cross over. So I got some plays. I got NFL and college football together. I love crossing sports over. It just add more excitement to the ticket. Let me see. 55 $55 for a 10-team parlay. Yep, week 1 NFL and college. Ready to go. Ready to go. You got to think, like, if I dropped you a free play for week 1 in the NFL, you best believe I got everything else lined up. All right, we've been in college football for, like I said, the last 3 months, and NFL. We got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. See, with the NFL, I got every game capped in the NFL because they got all the spreads out. College football is different because they only give you spreads week to week. Like, they won't give you the whole season of spreads. If they gave me the whole season of spreads, I have every game capped in college football. But they do week to week. The NFL give you all the spreads for every game. Remember, I dropped a parlay for Christmas in the NFL. 3-team parlay for Christmas. Yeah, 3-team parlay for Christmas, man. In the NFL, it's gonna cash too. It's up on my page. Check my Instagram and YouTube page, man. It's on there. 3-team parlay for Christmas. I got a what else? 3-team parlay for Christmas. Then I got that 3-team parlay in Major League Baseball. That's in 9 days. And then I got another 3-team parlay for August the 20th in Major League Baseball. And then I got week one. I got a 14 parlay in college up on my page. Then I got a 14 parlay in the NFL for week 1. And then I got that parlay for Christmas. I dropped that parlay in Christmas. I did that last month. That was last month. That was last month, man. 3-team parlay. It's gonna cash too. Shit, that parlay I gave you that you cashed on, man, I gave you that parlay weeks. That was like 2 months in advance that I gave you that cash. You know, yeah, that parlay that was weeks. That was like I think that was like 2 months in advance that I dropped that parlay, and then the parlay before that, that cash too. That was like 2 months in advance too. That's why I said that's what sets me different from the other captains because I'm giving you parlays ahead of time. Like, I ain't just waiting to the day to that day to give you the parlay. Like, I'm giving you parlays ahead of time, so you can get ready. Everything on cash. The college football gonna cash. The NFL gonna cash. Major League Baseball gonna cash. Man, it's gonna cash. Yeah, I have people hit multiple parlays. Yeah, I have people hit multiple parlays. Parlays for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only one day nobody hit yet is the 12. Right? 12 team parlays hard as hell. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you. Like, they hard, but you can hit them. You can't hit them. You just gotta know what you're doing. That's all. I wish I could put a 20 team parlay in. A 20 team parlay leg, like, man, that's crazy. They probably wouldn't even pay me if I hit a 20 team parlay. They wouldn't even pay me. Like, hey, I have to take them to court to get that money and shit. Like, what? You ain't gonna pay my? I hit this 20 team parlay. You ain't gonna pay me? Like, no, we ain't paying that. I have to sue y'all and take y'all to court and get my money. I got people buy packages from me every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on what package they get. Let's see. I mean, 5 teams on parlay ain't enough for me. Like, I gotta do. It gotta be 9, 10, 11, 12 team parlay for me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you starting off, like, yeah, you starting off. If you starting off doing parlays, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a 5 team. You know what I'm saying? I like taking the risk though. You know what I'm saying? Because the more parlays on the leg, the more money you get. So I take risks, and I'm willing to take the risk because the payout is worth the risk. You might look at it like, oh man, 10 team parlay, man. Yeah, but you look at the payout. You know what I'm saying? So you getting paid for your risk that you taking. You getting paid for it. But you just starting off doing parlays, yeah, I would do, you know what I'm saying, 4 legger, 5 team. You know what I'm saying? You hit that, then you know what I'm saying, tack on an extra team. You hit that, you tack on an extra team. You hit that, you know what I'm saying, you keep going. Next thing you know, you fuck around and hit a 12 team parlay. When you doing a parlay, you want to take least risk as possible because it is a parlay. So you got to take that into mind because you're doing parlays, percentages. You just want to take the least risk possible to the payout. Even if you got the wager $15, $20, $30. You start off small, and then after you hit, then you gradually go up. You know what I'm saying? You gradually go up, and then you can just steady at a set number. That's why I said, like, every time I go in and drop a parlay, I can't do a 5 team because I'm like, if we ain't doing money line, like a 5 team money line where you get plus odds, that's a nice payout. But if we got to go against, if I got to buy points and shred points off and all that, I got to make it worth my while. So every time I drop a parlay, it's it gotta be At least 9 teams on my parlay. At least 9. I think that's the lowest I go is 9. That's the lowest I go is 9 teams on one parlay. I won't go. I won't go less than that. It got to be 9 teams. The max is 12. And it's another reason why I like the parlays is because when college football come around, it's so many teams that you can bet on. So that opened up your eyes because you got more teams to bet on. When you trying to do a big parlay and say Major League Baseball, it's hard to do in Major League Baseball because there's not that many teams that you can, you know what I'm saying, shop in a parlay. Like you can't put hella teams in a parlay in baseball, but it's janky. Like so, if we talking about baseball, yeah, I'll stick to 5. Like I won't never drop an 8 or a 9 team parlay in baseball. No, I wouldn't do that. But in baseball, a 4-legger or a 5 team. Right? That's the max 5 in Major League Baseball. College football, that's when we do 9, 10, 11, 12s. NFL, we do the same thing. Sometimes we cross over because we don't use every game in the NFL. We might take 5 games in the NFL and mix that with 5 games in college football. And they go our 10 team right there. It all depends on what your limit is. Like, it all depends on what your limit is. So what can you afford to lose? That's how I look at the parlays. Like that's what you put on your parlay. Whatever you can afford to lose, that's what you put on there. So if you can afford to lose $10, $15, $20, $25, or $30, that's what you put on your parlay. Nine times out of ten, if you put like say if you want to drop a like you said you wanted a 10 teamer, if you just put $20 on that, it's gonna pay you out love. $20 on a 10 teamer, that's gonna pay you out at least $9,000, $10,000. You're gonna get about $9,000, $10,000 on a 10 teamer with $20 on it. And you want to just risk 20. You know what I'm saying? So you just risk 20 on this parlay. So you can afford to lose $20. Cause I have people ask me all the time, like, look, if you can't afford to lose, a couple of dollars, then you shouldn't be gambling because you gonna lose. Everybody gonna lose. But the object is you want to win more than you lose. So when you hit a parlay, it pays you out so much that it covered everything whatever you wagered in the past, it covered all that plus some, and you up now. So, and you just got to be smart with it. Once you hit the parlay, you just take, you know what I'm saying, take $100 out of that parlay that you just hit, and then break that $100 down to 25. Like, okay, You know what I'm saying? Put $25 parlay. After you just hit this major parlay, you'll take 100, break that down into 25. Now you shoot $25 parlays now because you just hit on a nice parlay over here. So you got room for error because you hit on that big parlay. So you got plenty of room for error. Even if you lose your next 10 bets in a row, you still cover from that first parlay you hit. That 10-team parlay covered everything. Wait till college football come, man. I'm telling you, wait. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have all these plays. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you these plays and shit. I'm gonna put them up on my page. And it's going down. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to come out week one cash. It's 6 o'clock now. We got about 40 more minutes to game time. Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. Once a week. That's exactly how you do it, man. Because you look at it like this, like it's what? How many weeks in college football? They got like 15, 16 weeks. 16 weeks in college football. So you want to at least hit a successful season when you're doing parlays. In 16 weeks, I'm gonna say about at least 9 parlays. If you can hit at least nine parlays in 16 weeks, that's a successful season, man. If you can hit 6 of them in 16 weeks, that's a successful season. Now, how many times can you hit? That's what I'm saying. Like college football has so many games. How many times can you hit a 10-team parlay? You gotta wait to college football. You know what I'm saying? Or NFL, like or NBA, because it's more games. And your odds open up because it's more games. That's why it's good to switch over. Like, okay, get you some college football, then get you some NFL. You know what I'm saying? And then when the NBA come roll around, you switch all that up. Like, okay, we get 2 games out the NBA, 2 games in college football or NFL, and then give me some games out the NBA. Like we went on NHL too. NHL go hard, but NHL ain't. I mean, they go hard. It's a nice payday on NHL, but it's not like I don't get the thrill of that NHL like I do NFL, NBA, college basketball. Yeah, college basketball too. March Madness, all them games from March Madness. Like, you bound to hit a parlay. It's too many games. Like, man, it's too many games. It's like 90 some games. Like, you got to hit a couple parlays for all these games come around. And you never cross game. Like you don't, like when you put in parlays, you might think like this team might be a lock and you might want to put it on all your parlays. That was the mistake that I made coming in the door when I was doing parlays. I used to think like these teams was locks. So I used to put them on multiple parlays and I used to take my parlays down. I was like, damn. So I learned my lesson real quick on that. Well, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you gotta look at it as just gambling. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gambling and I always tell my clients like don't wager whatever you can't afford to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it like that. Like whatever you if you can't afford to lose whatever, then you shouldn't wager. But if you can't afford to lose, then you know what I'm saying, you should be able to take that risk because I look at it like this. Scared man can't win nothing. Like, you can't never win nothing. You're gonna be scared. You gotta take a chance one time. It's like when you go to the crap table in the casino. Like you taking a chance. Like, you gonna either win or you gonna lose. Like that's how the game go. Like you either gonna win, or you gonna lose. Like you gonna take this risk. What you gonna do? It's just like you remember remember the parlay I gave you? You took a risk on that. It's the same thing. It's a parlay. You took a risk on the parlays that I dropped out there for free plays. You took a risk and it paid off. It's the same thing as you buying a package from me. You're taking a risk and you know what I'm saying, you want it to pay off. But I'm gonna put you in the right direction though, man. I will put you in the right direction. That's for sure. Because you know what I'm saying, I hit week one in college football, man, and I'll show you these plays, you're gonna be like, damn, man, I should have got with you. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. See, that's the good thing about gambling, man. You never know. You never know. Today could be your day. I understand. I ain't telling you to, you know what I'm saying, to go to your college, you know what I'm saying? Don't dip into your kids' college fund. Don't do that. You know, you gotta be smart when you gamble, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take, you ain't even have to take that much. Let me say take $200. You gotta start small, man. The way you talking, you trying to take college funds. And nah, I would never tell you, you know what I'm saying, touch it to your kids' college for or remove. Nah, I would never tell you to do that. Nah, that'd be bad advice on my end if I told you to do that. You just start off small. Like I said, 200. Take $200. Start there, and then go from there. You got if you dip off into your kid's fun, you got a serious gambling problem. You seek some help. You got to do season in this gambling. I tell my clients that it's a marathon. This ain't a sprint. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon. You running triathlons over here. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just jump on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? You check my history on my page, man. I've been on here for a long time doing parlays. Long time. And then I got packages too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do packages with me, you know, instead of you want to do, because I got people that, that do packages too. Like, they don't want to buy just a place for today or tomorrow. They want to do like a weekly package. And we'll, you know what I'm saying, we do a weekly package where you get like 7 plays, 7 days, for 7 plays. And $60 because you get that 7 days for free. So you get 7 straight days of plays. I got clients that do that in NFL, NBA, and college football too. I also had a guy, right? I remember I had gave him, this was a long time ago, at least 3 years ago. I was working with a client. I gave him a parlay. I gave him a parlay up front because we were working together for so long, and it came through. And he disappeared on me. Shit, man, that's crazy. Like, disappear on me, man. Like, we've been cashing out. I'm talking about we were working together for like 3 years in a row, man. Like cashing out college football, NBA, college basketball, NFL. I'm like, man, you gonna jeopardize all this, man, for a couple of dollars, man. All this money we've been cashing out on. You wanna jeopardize our friendship for over a couple of dollars? I was like, I couldn't believe it, man. I'm like, I gave you the plays. How you think you gonna get these plays if you run off? Like, you gotta keep it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be 100. 100, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100 with you. Powerball ticket. I told you about the Powerball tickets, man. Don't be messing with that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you talking about finesse? Man, the lottery is nothing but finesse. The lottery is finesse. I'm telling you, trust me, it's finesse. It's finesse. You can go out there and spend $2 if you want to. You just be donating. You might as well just give your $2. I told you, go find somebody, one of them homeless people out there, man. Shit, to be out there with them signs and shit, because I know there'd be a whole lot of homeless people everywhere now. But I'll give that $2 to them. Man. Take these $2 before I give this money to the Ohio lottery, finessing me, talking about $680 million. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. And they dropped that. They dropped that. Uh, they dropped tonight. The numbers dropped tonight. All right, let me go. I'm just about to make up some numbers, like you know what I'm saying. So what? It's six numbers plus the Powerball number. I think that's what it is. No, I think it's five numbers plus the Powerball. So okay, so it's six numbers all together. I'm just gonna throw some shit out there. Oh, your homeboy thought you gave him a Powerball too. Oh, but shit, I couldn't be talking about. I done got so many people parlays, man. I'm just about to throw out some numbers, man, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the decision. All right, let me see. First time we're gonna go. All right, there's five numbers, and then it's the Powerball. That's a number by itself. Okay. So the first number we're gonna come up with. I'm just throwing some shit out there. 52. Second number would be 14. Third number would be 63. Fourth number 21. Fifth number 27. And then the Powerball is, I'm gonna say it's four times. All right. So numbers I got 52, 14, 63, 21, 27. And the Powerball is a four. And we're gonna see. Cause I know this shit is I'm like you cannot hit that shit, man. The odds, it's just crazy. There's too many states locked in on that shit. But if you go to your local store, you'll see people in line. Everybody in packs thinking they gonna hit the lottery. Oh, I'm gonna hit the lottery. I'm gonna hit the lottery. I'm gonna hit the lottery. Man, you ain't gonna hit no goddamn lottery. You ain't gonna hit it. It's not gonna hit this. It's just like a scratch off. Like scratch offs. Scratch offs is finesse. Like, they tell you, oh, you can win the jackpot. It's $15 million. Like, yeah, you drop $30 for the scratch off, and they tell you you lost. You are a loser. Try again. And you go spend another 30. Try again. You spend another 30. That's damn near 100 right there. That's $90. Lost again. Like, oh man, like, I could have motherfucking dropped this on a parlay. I could have dropped this on a parlay, man. Instead of giving my money to the Ohio lottery or Indiana lottery or Pennsylvania lottery, Wisconsin, Texas lottery. Yeah, they want you to come. Like, man, come. We want you to come. Bring your numbers. Like I said, 52, 14, 63, 21, 27, and 4 is going to be the Powerball. That's just throwing some shit out there. Like I know I got way better odds on parlays than mess with that Powerball. Like, when have you ever in your life seen somebody hit a Powerball? Then you answer that question. You ain't never seen nobody hit a Powerball for something like this. You know that ain't gonna happen. We close, man. We close. 6, 8 times. Almost there. I seen they rings today. Right. The Super Bowl rings, Chuck. They got the stadium inside the ring. I ain't never seen that shit. I ain't never seen championship ring. We got the Ram Stadium inside. So, they ring shit on y'all is not ring. Like, y'all is not ring. They had bits on that. It was ring and it. I ain't got no stadium in that. Or stadium for the level. They should have a stadium. So they should have a stadium. Yeah, shit. Man, you hit that bump. You hit that, man. You gonna be straight. You gonna be straight. Like I said, you gonna lose the next 15 bets. Hit a 10 team parlay. I wish I could. I think I might upgrade to the phone. I was thinking about doing that. So I can broadcast my games and I can do all the extra stuff on there. We're going strong. That's what's up. It's the Avril online. That's what's up, man. You ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? We just sit back, waiting on these baseball games to start up. Like I said, the Dodgers, that's the lock for Friday. The LA Dodgers is the lock for Friday. I'm lock. Book it. LA Dodgers. Man, I'm so cold with it, right? I got it. It's not even 10. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm talking about games that's up on the market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it's six games that's on the docket, right? As far as spreads, and I got a 10 teamer out of that. Out of the 6 games that's going on, I added some overs and unders too. I fucks with overs and unders too in college. The first game up is the Reds. Cincinnati Reds versus St. Louis. I ain't bet on that game, but that's just the first game. Well,